A hearty welcome to the management questionnaire. This presentation includes my supply chain analysis on the supply chain network of Medical Technologies Corporation. Today's agenda is first the introduction, objective, outcome, areas of improvement, resources needed, and risks and contingencies. Let's start with my introduction. I am Chris Everett and I'm the Chief Supply Chain Officer. I'm going to display my analysis and solutions that I have come up with in front of you today. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so my objective was set to come up with the costs saving large enough to cover the newly imposed excise tax of 2.3%, which is mentioned in the ACA Act, which eliminates the 10% reduction in MTC's profit. The outcome of my analysis and my solutions were the 10% reduction of MTC's profit due to the ACA Act was eliminated. An optimized supply chain network is set up to reduce wastes. A contingency and control plan is established to make the entire supply chain network sustainable. What were the areas of improvement? So I conducted analysis in each and every area. So the first area was logistics. Here, this is the initial supply chain network. So the goods from manufacturer goes to sterilization service provider for sterilization and then back to manufacturer. Again from the manufacturer it goes to central distribution system. From that system it goes to regional offices, then to hospital wards and then to doctors or practitioners who use it. The red area that you can see here is of creates no value because there is lots and lots of movement of goods from manufacturer to sterilization provider and then back to manufacturer. So my optimized supply chain network was the manufacturer, the goods from manufacturer will go to central distribution system directly. During this process, the distributors would perform sterilization operation, due to which there would be many advantages, which I'm discussing it later. So manufacturer goes to CDS, that is a central distribution system, then it goes to regional offices, then it goes to hospital wards, and then to doctors. Now, what was the outcome of this optimized supply chain network? First, there was a significant reduce in the overall cost of transportation. Second, there was reduction in net lead time, due to which there was increase in customer satisfaction. Now, due to the decrease in lead time, there was a decrease in level of inventory, which further reduced the inventory management cost. This was the area of improvement in logistics. Next area was operations. What was the major problem in the operations department? There was a considerable part of the inventory as trunk stock by the salesperson. So the salespeople holded an inventory which they called it as trunk stock. This was an additional inventory. Now we have discussed here the pros and cons of this trunk stock. What was the pro? During the time of uncertainty, the salesperson can quickly provide this trunk stock to the customer. This increases customer satisfaction and gives the manufacturer a buffer time to replenish the inventory. So this was the major idea to keep this trunk stock. But what were the cons? The cons were carrying a trunk stock significantly increases the inventory holding cost of the company. The company has to produce additional goods to replenish multiple trunk stocks carried by salespersons. This practice also increases the touch points in the supply chain, resulting in a complex supply chain network. Due to multiple touch points, company has to invest in an efficient inventory management system, which increases the company's expense. The next con was due to this multiple touch points, this practice compromises the safety of the entire supply chain network. There is an increased probability of supply chain disruptions, which adds to the uncertainty. Now, what was the solution to this problem? As you can see that the cons outweigh the pro. Hence, this practice of salesperson carrying a trunk stock should be discontinued. I can guarantee that this will reduce some of the company's operational expenses and hence it will aid in achieving the objectives set by the management. This was the analysis performed in the operations department. The next department I concentrated on was planning. Now, to the left, you can see MTC's initial forecast. The graph here shows the blue line here shows the forecast, and the purple line here shows the demand. As you can see, the problem, the forecast is very sensitive and noisy, due to which the accuracy was very suboptimal. I optimized my forecast using exponential smoothing method. The advantage of exponential smoothing method was I could give optimized weight to my previous data. The solution, the forecast is more stable than the initial forecasting done by MTC. As you can see, the blue line is pretty stable as compared to the demand, due to which the accuracy was very, very high. This was a major improvement in planning department. The next department was sourcing. Now, MTC wanted the customer, that is the hospitals, to consider them as a strategic supplier. So, as a strategic supplier to hospitals, what were all the initiatives taken by MTC or should take? First, MTC would start a more tailored approach for managing the relationship with the hospitals. MTC would consider the co creation and sharing of value. This is the major motto of a strategic supply. Second, MTC would start sharing technology, information, and manpower to the hospitals for the creation of value. MTC would start new programs and initiatives to increase the profits of both the parties. Third initiative was MTC would implement the system of smart kiosks in the hospital. This would not only simplify the supply chain process of MTC, but also it would improve the inventory management system of the hospital. The second analysis was I performed a make versus buy analysis. So after performing a make versus buy analysis, we decided to perform the sterilization process in our facility, that is inside, not outside. Now, what was the pros? The pros was the transportation expense is drastically reduced since there is no to and fro travel from the off-site sterilization plant to manufacturer. There's a decrease in overall lead time since the sterilization is done inside the same facilities. By keeping the sterilization process within the control of MTC's management, the management can invest in increasing the efficiency and quality of the sterilization process. And in near future, we could also lend the sterilization services to many other companies. What was the resources needed to implement such initiatives? First, due to the major changes in the supply chain network, we have to educate our employees and our management about this change. So, how can we achieve that? We can achieve it by organizing workshops and many other initiatives so that the employees know what they have to do. Second resources are informing our salesperson about the change in the decision of keeping the trunk stock. So as we decided that trunk stock idea has to be discontinued, we have to inform the salesperson about this. Third resources needed was the informing the manufacturing and production team about the revised forecast. I revised the forecast using exponential smoothing method, and this has to be informed to the production team so that they can vary their level of goods. Due to which there would be a major change in the inventory level, and the inventories would go down, inventory management cost would go down. Executing all these initiatives planned by us to be an ideal strategic supplier to our customer hospitals, we have to execute it part by part. Due to this analysis, there was a significant change and we could compensate the 2.3% tax that was exercised by the department, due to which we eliminated the 10% MTC profit, 10% reduction in MTC's profit. Now the company is going well, but we have several contingency plans to sustain the process. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you.